Hey, what do you know, what do you say, what do you hear, my fellow shit show junkies? Oh my god, I am so fucking sick of insurance companies. Aren't we all? Car insurance, bike insurance. I've done anything about house insurance, never had anything to do with it. But yeah, car and bike insurance. How often do we now hear the call for the entire industry to be taken over by the government because they're basically legalised mafia. Thieving, robbing, cheating, lying, defrauding scumbags. You get the occasional company that's lauded up by people, not for doing anything particularly virtuous, just for not being complete scumbags. Oh, that insurance company isn't full of scumbags, aren't they amazingly... It's like going to a shop and buying something and the cashier doesn't shortchange you and everyone says, oh, we should give him a medal for not shortchanging you. How about that's the default position, that you don't behave like a scumbag? So anyway, case in point, the context here will be to do with the theft part of the insurance. So I've recently renewed my insurance. I'm not going to name the company because there's no point, but trying to get the best deal from them. I was on the phone with them a number of times. Guy was very helpful, and it turned out that at my address the insurance premium was a certain figure. If I kept the bike at a different address with more security, as much as you could get basically, it reduced my premium by 80 quid. So the difference between having the bike very well secured and not very well secured, i.e. average, was an £80 difference on the premium. So my son has got his A2 licence and he's about to buy a bike that's half the value of mine, and he can get a quote of third party only for 850 quid with 2 years no claims. 850 quid third party only. If he gets it third party fire and theft, it doubles the premium to £1,500. Now, it seems to me, my knowledge of this is that young riders are considered a bigger risk because they're more likely to have an accident. So if they're third party, their premium's 800, well, his premium's 850 quid because the insurance company assumes he's got more chance of throwing his bike into somebody else's vehicle and causing a large amount of financial damage. So 850 quid because you're a young'un and you only got 2 years no claims, you're a hazard. Where does the doubling of the premium to 1,500 quid come from if he wants to have fire and theft? Is he more likely, or is his bike more likely to burn to the fucking ground because he's 19 years old? Is his bike more likely to be stolen because he's 19 fucking years old? Do the thieves go around picking on younger people's bikes? Or is there some idea that young people don't bother to look after their bike properly? What can you do to make your bike more stealable if you're 19? I don't fucking get it. Are you more likely to leave it with the steering lock off? Because that ain't going to stop a thief anyway. Are you more likely to leave the disc lock off? That's not going to stop a thief. I mean, these thieves go around in vans, even when the bike's got a fucking alarm howling, they just pick it up and put it in the back of the van. So I'm trying to wrap my head around how an insurance company, this is compare the market, so it's across the board, it's all the insurance companies, basically saying, oh, you're 19, so we're going to double your premium by 850 quid thereabouts, because you're 19 and your bike's therefore more likely to be stolen. It's a bigger theft risk, it's a bigger fire risk. It just boggles my brains. The amount of quotes that were coming in at £5,000 for a bike with a value of 4,500 quid. Try and wrap your head around that one. Oh, you want to insure your £4,500 bike, so the premium's going to be £5,000, which is more than the bike's worth. If you have it third party only, it's only going to be 850 quid. But if you go up, it's this is some of the companies. You try and logically and rationally understand how they come up with these figures. My best guess is that they put a premium of £5,000 up because they don't want to offer a cover at all. So I'm assuming there must be some legal obligation where they have to provide a quote, and their way around it is to make the quote ridiculous so nobody will bother to have it. Another reason, this is why these criminals need to be taken over by the government. This whole insurance racket needs to be taken over and provided by government at fucking cost. These fuckers have got no right having the privilege of making an earner from this legal requirement because they're taking the ripping piss out of it. I've put videos up about insurance companies before. I mean, they always turn into a rant. And I've never spoken to anyone who doesn't agree with the basic premise that there's something badly wrong with the insurance industry in this country, the UK. You do get a handful of Muppets going on about how great a particular insurance company is. I mean, talking about them as if they're some kind of altruistic fucking charity. What it comes down to is, oh, that insurance company is absolutely fantastic because they don't try and defraud me. The default baseline behaviour, legal, decent, honest and truthful, gets elevated to a virtue because so many of the other companies are absolute robbing, thieving, lying, cheating scumbags. How many stories have we heard about people making a claim, a legitimate claim on their insurance, an insurance company criminally doing everything they can to weasel out of paying the claim, and the only thing that gets them to pay up in the end is when the customer, and it's not every customer has got what it takes to do it, but some or maybe most go, I'll take you to court, at which point the insurance company's like, oh no, sorry, we made a mistake, we'll pay out. If they pay out at that point when they're threatened with being taken to court, why didn't they just pay up immediately? Criminal attempt and a criminal conspiracy to defraud. That's what it amounts to. It's clear as daylight. Why isn't action taken against these insurance companies? Why are they allowed to do this with impunity? Why are they allowed to charge piss-taking premiums? 850 quid, third party only. Oh, you want fire and theft as well? That'll be twice as much. Can't work it out other than it's just blatant fraud. And they're allowed to get away with it. Anyway, hope you found that entertaining. Rants sometimes are. Sometimes they're boring. Thank you for watching and listening, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!